And if you look into most Soviet masks, they have SHM in their name, which I assume just stands for
Hey guys, Wander over here.
line, which explains it. So obviously I'm not going to get this wrong. But it's something like infantry gas mask or
Welcome
like
back to
soldier
Last
gas
Day on
mask.
Earth.
It's something like that. It's just basically their term for generic, gas mask for soldiers. But the SHMS is the one that's basically the SHM, but the S on it just means something like the optical bit or the forward-facing eyes. So what this mask was designed for is use by snipers or artillery crews and things like that where they needed forward-facing eye lenses, not ones on the GP5 that are kind of like that direction. They need the ones that are directly head-on. And the reason for that is simply because if you're looking through a scope or any kind of eyepiece, you can't really do it on a gas mask that's got a sideways facing thing. It's very hard to do. You can just about do it, but not quite. So what the SHMS does is when you're wearing it, these face forwards, and then you can actually see properly. Now it also has the double up effect of being one of the creepiest looking Soviet gas masks. It's just the skull basically. So let's put it on. So as you can see, it's sort of a creepy skull shape, also known as the monkey mask. As I can guess, I can see a kind of monkey face to it, especially if you get the black variant of it. Like most Soviet masks, it partially covers your head. The earpieces are slightly thinner there so you can hear easier. What I'm just going to do is attach a safe filter to the mask, not when it comes with, so there's less resistance on the
Aw,
inside,
fuck!
and then it'll sound clearer rather than making weird noises.
Fuck me.
As you can hear, I've fixed the weird grunting noises by attaching a filter.
Damn it.
Weird how that works, but it's something to do with air intake and outtake of the mask. Once you've got the filter on it, that fixes the problem. So I'll just put the filter in the satchel where I'm sure I can still breathe through it. So yeah, the default way of wearing it is to have the mask on, connect it to a hose, and then to have some sort of filter in the satchel, normally I think the EO15 or EO16 type filter. But yeah, the SHS is a really good mask. By far my favourite of the Soviet masks, simply because of the way it works. Now, maybe if I can get that onto my chin a bit differently there, it'll be a bit more comfortable. Overall, for a Soviet helmet mask, it's not too uncomfortable. Obviously, shaving your head and all your hair off helps with that. The speech diaphragm I think is clear enough now I've got the filter on. It's not the best speech diaphragm in the world, but you can probably hear it quite clearly. But as said, the advantages I can see very clearly forward with this mask on. I've got, like a very good field of view. Obviously it's not perfect, modern masks do have a better field of view, but I think this mask gives you a good enough field of view, especially taking in mind that you see fully forwards. Now I've done this before in other videos, but I'll just demonstrate how seeing forward works on this mask. So here we go, pair of old binoculars.
This is like Rad-X, this is like Rad-Away. These pills are like Rad-Away. This anti-Rad's like Rad-X. If you've played the Fallout games, you know what I'm talking about. As last time I checked, I think they had hazmat gear in Fallout. In the Fallout games. I don't think so. Well, I mean, yeah, they had, but it was pretty later on, I think. Like the newer. Like, the newer ones, like, Fallout 3. Now, Fallout 3 ain't new, definitely ain't new. But sure shit ain't old or antique. Dude, the limestone ridge. Reach bunker alpha, yeah, I could do that. I'm actually gonna get some of my iron.
Okay, so here I have a BEM 4GB or BEM 4GB.
And make a stonecutter's table. I've done some stuff. I'm level like 26 now. So I've been off for a few days, just grinding non-stop. I'm gonna get like, I'm doing freemium game 3, like a freemium gameplay where I buy stuff, because Last Day on Earth's already hard enough. Sorry, it's not like Fallout. It's not like I me Fallout 76 would be like that. But it's not like like they are, where it's like you need to buy all sorts of shit just to survive.
Will have issues like this, even with modern visor kind of panoramic views. In my opinion, they're simply not as good as having.
Yeah, I'm making lots of carrot stews. I have so much food.
But that's the feature I've
Reason why is because when I go take on Bunker Alpha,
if it sits close to your
carrot
eyes,
stew is going to heal you.
The view is better, then you don't need as big an eyepiece, which is a thing a lot of people don't seem to grasp. It's like if you're driving and you're sitting closer to your windscreen,
I have a lot of
view on the road.
Carrots, so we're probably just going to make a bunch of stew.
Mask. If it's closer to your eye, where the holes are,
I'm going to drop some of that off.
Reason, it will vary a bit, but
Jeez,
you don't need a
so
giant
much shit.
panoramic, but a sort of lens visor thing on the mask, when you can simply have two smaller eyepieces that sit frontally forwards, closer to the mask.
You probably won't need that much charcoal, but I already have 20 of it. We're making lots of charcoal.
Or anything like that with a mask
You will need charcoal in this game, you will. I made armor, I could make a workbench. Probably should, to be honest, but I need stone brick. That's why I'm making planks and shit. Probably could just take down a wall, but I don't feel like doing that, so. How much iron do we have? Yeah, we have 7, okay. Enough. I want to make a stone-cutter's table, though. I don't care for the workbench, I'm just slowly making stuff.
Other than that,
we need like 5 more iron, and we can make one. I mean, we could make one now, but
and I said it's a pity that there aren't really
make this first. Don't worry, we have the materials. So I'm gonna have to scavenge for like 15 years. Like 3,000 years later. 3,000 years later.
Just a shame it doesn't take negative filters.
Jesus Christ.
There we go.
I could start making bricks. Just joking, Jesus Christ. It's like, fuck you. No. Oh.
Now that I have the M17A2 gas mask, as far as I'm aware, I thought it would be a good idea to go through all of the cheek filter masks I have in my collection. Now, I don't have an XM27, which is a prototype M17 made out of silicon to be lighter weight. I don't have the XM28, which will be in this video. I don't have the Japanese Type 3, I think it's called, which is the Japanese version of an M17. And I also don't have the Chinese M65, which is the one with the massive cheek filter on one side. I also don't have a prototype PMK, which had a cheek filter on it. So this isn't a conclusive list of every cheek filter mask ever made, but there's going to be a lot in this video.
I'm just making a bunch of ropes, because you need rope. I mean, you need rope. Lots of rope, like no shit, a lot.
You know, and speak about how comfortable it is, how good the voice diaphragms are, which you can hopefully pick up on camera, whether or not it has a drink.
I'm gonna go to, like, the Limestone Ridge, I think, and I'm just gonna go grind a shitload of stuff.
Is going to be the thing. I think all of these
I'm just gonna grind a shitload of material.
Well, let's just get into it, so.
Let's just throw some logs on the fire, because I could really care less. Make me some iron, bitch. Make me some iron.
That was the original M17, not the A2, but
Jesus Christ, everybody else probably. I sound like one, because my ear is like fucking destroyed. So on lip nodes, I got ear infection and swimmer's ear. Water got in my ear while I was taking a shower, so now my ear feels like a fucking gunshot wound.
So, from
barely get any sleep.
The M17's exhale valve is actually, voice diaphragm is actually very good.
Yeah.
I'd say this is better than some of the later American masks I've seen the voice diaphragms on.
I'm just doing a lot of stuff. I've just been choring my dogs. Doges, my doges. My doges.
And then
I go hunting a lot, that's what you do. Mr. Fuckface. Sasha. That's my dog in real life. I have a dog named Sasha. She's a bitch. If you see my older series, which I did like My Life, like I just did like a thing called My Life. I was like, just calling my dog a bitch and shit. I mean, she shits everywhere, but she's like a little
That
Olsen
one's a lot
twin.
tougher on that side than this one.
Sasha's like a little Olsen twin, but that's because
Yeah,
she's
that one's, I think, how firm it should
young.
be. This is what
Like she's a
happens
little
when they get
Olsen
a bit
twin
older.
because she
They
shits
make
everywhere
better
like a
chunks
fucking
of
Olsen
rubber.
twin. I mean, she does,
Yeah,
literally.
like I
I
said,
know
I
that's a
can
little
complain about
offensive to
cheap
the
filter
Olsen twins.
designs
I
all
don't.
day. I just didn't
When they
decide
were
to play well,
babies,
that's
yeah,
cool.
but
But the M17
probably.
A2 at least
When
is
they
pretty
were,
good. Everything works properly on it other than the fact that it's a cheek filter mask. So I guess this is the standard, the M17 type cheek filter mask should be at.
fucking
So now let's look at some more
oh
designs.
Jesus!
Now for the Polish MP4
Pathetic sounds ever.
and this mask
Okay,
is probably
now we
the
have
closest,
this.
in my
I know
opinion,
it's
to
on
the
a plank
actual
floor.
M17
We have to put it
in
on a
terms of
plank
where
floor.
everything is.
Just using my
Look at the
house
original
as like my
M17.
workbench for my
Exact
shit I
same
can't put on my
exo,
regular
kind
floors.
of thing on there, made of rubber.
And yeah,
Again, like the M17, it can be a bit awkward to get it back on
very
once you've
mature.
taken it off. Some people are a bit confused when I did my video on this. They said, where's the drinking tube? Apparently there's two versions of the MP4. There's this one, which is the more common one, no drinking tube. The rarer one that has a drinking tube, but this is the bulk standard common one. Weight-wise, it's quite similar to the M17.
Yeah, there's so
I don't
much
think
shit.
it's really any lighter or heavier. The
Well,
rubber's
let me put
quite
some stuff in the
comfortable, to be
chopper.
honest. The strap system's very similar to the M17 as well.
Put some of that.
So if I just put this on briefly.
Anything I need to build with transistors? No. I have a lot of them though.
The actual oral nasal cup in this mask
Jesus, I got a lot of shit.
at the moment. So that'd be more comfortable if it was, so I'm not going to keep this
I need
on
to build some stuff. I need to put some shit up.
Really, it's
I'm just
just
gonna
like
put my gas in like a
the
car.
rubber might be a little
I don't actually have a car.
this, but,
Oh, I fucking wish I had a chopper. I have to go to Alpha and grind for 15 years. Or grind
but regardless,
like several days on like
the MP4 is fairly
on this Hispanic dude's like this Hispanic dude's survival guide. Cause this, I don't know, his name was like Marco or something. This came during like November 2019. I think this came like months ago.
Really, you know, not much.
It's like started in like November 2018.
Right, okay,
several updates ago. Something. I don't know. It happened on like Day of the Dead. His name was like Mark.
Assembly, which I quite like.
Marco or something. Marco.
An actual kind of plasticky cover.
I don't know. I thought he was Hispanic. I don't really fucking know.
What I like about the Czech one
I wouldn't know.
The cheek filters, rather than just having a popper that connects.
Carlos Rudy. Yeah, Carlos is Hispanic. He's Hispanic. I'm just joking, okay? I'm not racist.
You're not going to really worry about a screw falling out, but you know, you might worry about something held on by friction falling out. Now, this one I can't really comfortably wear because the entire oral nasal cup on this mask doesn't seem to like to sit in place very well. So, I'll show you the M10M on rather than this one, but otherwise they're pretty much the same mask, other than the M10M having a drinking tube. But yeah, you know, I got very angry when I did the videos trying to put the filters in this and that. And that's not actually the fault of this mask, it's just cheek filter masks in general. The thing I really do like about these is, in my opinion, the Czech masks have the best straps out of a lot of them.
These are locked because these are for the full versions. I'll unlock these in a second.
Head harness things.
Yeah, because we're going to get like a lot of shit.
To wear. You tend to be able to do them up and then undo them fairly easily, although I had my CM4 get stuck to my head at one point.
My glue on.
But overall, these are fairly good. But
could go to the red zone, but I'll just get my ass kicked if I go there. Not something I want to bargain on. Either getting my ass kicked brutally by 15 armed men in the red zone with like rifles and shit, get my head bashed the fuck in the ground, or get fucked up by 15 zombies, mutated like 6'5" foot tall, 300-pound zombies. And that's something I want to bargain with. Not really.
The drinking tube stores in this bit by default, and it's coiled around on a bit of the rubber, similar to an M17, but it doesn't kind of fit in quite as well on this. So anyway, let's get this mask on. Right, I'd say out of the lot, this is maybe the most comfortable of all of them, just simply because the Czech rubber is so good on these. If you ever check CM3, a CM4 and M10, you'll know what I mean by the rubber on these. They are brilliant. It's when you make gas mask rubber, you have the problem that some masks have rubber that's a bit too thick and rigid, so they're not that comfortable, and they don't make a great face seal because, you know, they're too rigid. So if your face doesn't quite contort to the line of the rubber, it's not brilliant. Some masks
Oh,
have
well,
technical
shit.
problems
Apparently,
like
one iron
GP7
block of
where the
iron
rubber is too
equals
soft
5
for the
wood.
mask to
Jesus
squeeze
Christ.
easily, especially if there's a filter
Jesus
on one
Christ,
side that weighs
why?
the mask down.
For the love of Christ, why?
This is kind of the ideal
Why?
where it's soft enough to be comfortable, make a good
Like,
facial fit,
what?
but it's also not going to cave in on
Motherfucker,
itself
what?
with the slightest bit of pressure on the mask. So this is very good.
Look, what the fuck you want?
I've also talked about this weird system before where you could get one of these attached to both sides of the
Look,
mask
what?
and attach it to a self-contained breathing apparatus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Type thing.
Like, I missed, like, half the early
Very
game,
odd system.
like,
Apparently people
little
have told
quests,
me,
because I was, like,
so
6
thanks
to
to that,
dog. I
that
was
people
just, like,
who are
playing
from
other
Czech
shitty
Republic
games.
or maybe Slovakia,
Oh, well,
they were
shit, I just
basically
messed up on
explained to
every
me that the
damn
system was meant to be
quest.
used if you had
I
this
messed
mask
up on
kind of
helping
anchor around the
Jack.
vehicle. You were
I
driving it
messed
through a
out
river,
on,
you
like,
could put that on for oxygen if you went underwater technically, and then when you
on, like,
came out when it
everything
dried on the
useful.
other side, you'd be fine. So that's apparently what that was for.
One of the
I guess
events
it's,
I got,
kind of,
I did
we're too
today.
cheap to make our own new design
Fortunately.
for that, so we'll just give people
Got another
a
chance
weird
on how
improvised
not to
system
be
for
a
the M10.
jackass.
If it works, it's
How
much
not
cheaper
to be a
just to get
retarded
the weird way
jackass.
of it.
Okay, not retarded, let's
So,
not say that.
as said,
Yeah,
the
fuck
drinking
it.
tube on this works
How
as
not to be a
kind of
jackass
the
on Last Day on
lever
Earth.
thing. The M17's one is better.
I didn't say retarded. I mean, I said it before, so I can't. I said it before, but, you know. So much shit, Jesus. Jesus Christ.
But yeah,
Just
as
drop
said,
the
I
paint
really
in
do
here.
like
Just, no, that's not it. It's not.
I really do like the
That's not the paint
M10,
chest.
despite what,
This is
you know,
the
you might believe
useless
or
shit
rant about
chest
cheap
that,
filters.
or put
I
useless
don't
shit
like
at. I'm
the
gonna do a
cheap
trade
filter
with you,
design, but
Joe.
in terms of actual
See,
build
what other
quality,
things you
these
can rip
masks
me
are
off at? I have the
fantastic.
trader perk,
So
that's because at
hopefully
the
that
time I
explains
didn't
a bit
have
of my
anything else
thoughts
I
on
wanted.
that regarding
So I
that.
just took
Right,
chairs.
now we head over
Maybe
to
I can get an
Bulgaria for the
M16 without
Bulgarian
paying without dirt
PDE1,
shit.
and this mask's a bit weird because it has this kind of assembly from the Czech M10, so that's a direct copy from the Czechoslovakian one. It also has the cheek filter bits from the Czechoslovakian one. I don't know if the same cheek filters fit in both masks.
I have that.
I
have
have
shitty beer and canned food.
You know how difficult
I'll
it is
trade.
to pull out and put
I got
back in
beer
cheek
and
filters.
food.
It's not worth it to see if the
I
size
got
is
beer
matched
and food.
properly. The other odd thing, though, is it's got a 5-point head
Jesus
harness on
Christ.
this one, not a 6-point one. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
why,
got
'cause
your
it's
beer
the
and
only
food,
M17
bruh.
mask as far as I can
Just
tell
give
it
me
does.
the goddamn
Now, the oral nasal
M16
cuff does
or
closed again on this
shitty
mask,
wooden
so I'll put
pole.
on
I
very
don't want the
briefly and
wooden
it'll be
pole.
very uncomfortable.
Just joking. I'm joking. I'm joking, okay? I don't care what kind of pole. It's a joke, okay? I don't know, because you can sometimes get a wooden stick. A wooden fucking stick that could stab, you can stab zombies with. Oh, it's so helpful. It's a stick. It's a sharp stick. Wow.
It's not actually bad rubber, but it's very kind of firm rubber.
Oh, motherfucker.
One of the things
really?
Is it's got the
what the fuck's wrong with you, Nick? I mean, asshole.
That's very good. Not all
God
of them
damn it.
have that. I should have gone over that as I did the video and I kind of forgot. But,
oh my god, why? Why are you on the other side of the damn map? You fucking
that's
dick.
a really good feature to have on masks. The masks that have that generally make a much better airtight seal to your face,
fucking
even if your face isn't the exact shape of the mask.
Okay, whatever. We're not getting M16 now, because God forbid.
That's why
you gotta be on the other side of the map. Jesus Christ.
In this, for example, if you compare the American M9 to the Finnish M61 clones, copies, whatever you want to call them of them, licensed copies as far as I'm aware, the Finnish M61s have a peripheral seal on them, at least from the second version onwards, because my second and third version have one, and that's a really good peripheral seal. So my M61s always fit me much better than my M9, you know, more direct copies and my original M9, simply because the peripheral seal keeps the mask to your face well. So the Bulgarian one is probably the heaviest of the lot, to be honest. As I was saying, the issue of cheek filter masks is when they developed the M17, it was meant to be a really lightweight gas mask and a very compact gas mask. Now, the size of cheek filter masks is pretty massive and they weigh a lot more than conventional canister masks, even with the filters on. I did do a comparison of that with the M9 before and this, but regardless, that is the Bulgarian PDE1. I don't know if I can really say anything amazing about it, other than the Bulgarians love to throw talc all over these masks for some reason. Just look at how talky those eyes pieces are. So, yeah, what can I say about it? Not too much. This probably feels like the lowest quality.
I'm gonna go to a green. No, maybe not
M17
green
copy
zone.
I'd
Maybe a
probably
yellow
say out of
zone.
all of these.
Okay, definitely not
So
that.
again,
For
it's
going to
not
a yellow.
awful, but
Probably
it's still
just
got the cheek
this
filter design, which
and
is a redeeming feature. It does have that nice blued voice diaphragm though, like the PG1 had.
What are these?
Right,
There we
now
go.
let's look at some of the more weirder
Now
cheek
that
filter
is
masks.
good.
Okay, the Soviet PBF.
Clothing. Oh no,
Now,
that is good
probably
clothing.
one of
Yeah,
the more
probably
interesting
not
cheek filter masks.
the
Firstly, because it's
best.
a bit lighter than the
Whatever.
M17 type mask.
Whatever. Just wear
Masters
some
of Russia
shitty pants
latex.
that are like worthless.
And it's the Soviet one where they didn't
That
directly
are
copy an
worthless,
M17,
really.
which is why I quite like it. They came up
I'm
with their
gonna
own
bring
design.
like
Now, I've said about this
fairly
before,
good
but
armor.
funnily enough, if you look inside this mask, you'll notice there's an oral nasal
Maybe
cup in it.
this
It's one of the very
stuff,
few
yeah.
Soviet masks that has an oral nasal cup in. And in terms of quality control, these
Reason
masks
why
are
is
amazing
because
for Soviet
if
masks.
there is a
The
basement
issue is really that I
there,
wish they
like a
put an oral
basement
nasal cup in some of their other respirators. What I'd have loved is if they'd have made one. I think I've already
there,
talked
that
about
means
this,
we could
but
be hitting
you know
the
how
jackpot
in
and
the
loot.
Stalker games they have the kind of weird
Possibly,
PBF
probably
masks,
not. I don't
PBF,
know.
but has the 40mm filters on all the cheeks. If they'd have made a mask like that with the oral nasal cup inside, made from this lightweight material, with the optical things on the front, it would have been the best of the Soviet masks, no question about that. But they made it with cheek filters, so it's not. Anyway, as I said before, I have no idea if the filters are safe in this thing or not, because they're Soviet filters, but I'm going to wear it for the sake of the video. Right, so one of the things I like is the oral nasal cup is made from quite a flexy rubber. So that means when I'm wearing it, the oral nasal cup actually, even if it doesn't quite fit my face, is comfortable because it kind of bends into my face rather than, you know,
I can't go to like the I don't have enough energy for the edge. I mean, I'll gladly take damage to this armor. Much as I don't want to, I am gonna wear it.
Maybe.
Clothing.
There we go. So apparently you'll be able to tell the voice diaphragm works fairly well. It has the most restricted field of view of all of these because your eyes don't sit really close to the eyepieces, but they are at least optical eyepieces, which means that, you know, you can see dead ahead, you can look through a rifle scope, you can look through binoculars. The weird thing as well is it doesn't use the M17 style pork chop filter, it uses like an oval disc called the EO19 filter. It also has a slightly membraney ear.
Goodbye, motherfucker. There could still be a basement here, but it's not going to be the greatest. Well, maybe.
PBF I really like just because of the fact that, you know, they've kind of come up with their own design.
Resetted, so now I can just go search here.
The Cold War is rather than everybody just doing direct M17 clones or very close M17 clones, I think it'd been nice if every country
I'll keep that because you can recycle the gun. I'll
probably
just recycle the broken gun.
Because I think, you know, that would be a lot more interesting if that had happened.
I can.
Have them in the collection. But
when I do get a recycler.
Like, here is a lot of slight variations on the M17. And
this thing has a lot of range with those goddamn sledgehammers, so...
It's the XM28, which is like the most futuristic mask I own. Sadly, these things never saw mass production. I've talked about this quite a lot of times before, so I don't want to keep going on about it. But basically, when the M17 was in service, they quickly realised that the mask didn't fit what it was meant to do. You know, it was too heavy and bulky, because it was meant to be a lightweight, comfortable mask. So, what they actually came up with was two prototypes. The XM27, which was a silicon M17, basically just an M17 made from see-through silicon. The issue was, although it cut the weight down, it didn't cut the weight down enough, and silicon is more vulnerable. And the other thing is the silicon XM28, which is like a new design, often called the grasshopper. And the idea of the XM28 was basically, let's design a new mask to be as compact, you know, as slim as possible, so, you know, you don't have all the issues you have with the M17. So this is what they came up with, the XM28. Let me pop this on. This doesn't have a voice diaphragm as far as I'm aware, just the exhale valve at the bottom, two intakes of the filters at the sides. Now, this was never actually designed to see military use, although it did, because from what I can understand, it says on the bag, for riot agents only, for use in riot control agents only, which means it works against CS gas and particulates, not necessarily against vapor. And part of the reason for that is silicone is very vulnerable to blister agents, which is why a lot of respirators don't necessarily use it. Like one of my 3M hard face masks is made from silicone. It's really comfortable, but if there was actual chemical weapon attack, that mask would degrade faster than the cheaper 3M ones that aren't as comfortable because silicone isn't that great. But anyway, this is the XM28. Let's pop it on. I need to undo the straps a bit first, and I would be very careful with this mask about undoing the straps first because these are very valuable if you break them. People have asked me a few times in the comments how much I paid for this. It's about £100 in all honesty. This is going back a few years ago. There was a bid on one. I think my max bid was just over £100 and I won the bid at about £100. So this is the most I've ever spent on a single gas mask, by the way. The second would probably be the GSR, which I probably spent about £80 on. And that was when they were first in British Army service. Right, okay, let's get him on. Right, okay, so this is the XM28 giraffe copper.
Fuck you, G-Force.
Okay. I'm not really trying to
Think
get
you've
one
been
up
around
the
forever,
video,
you damn AI.
I do know this does get an airtight seal if everything's all put together right. So this was developed in the late 1960s. It didn't really see much service. They did produce enough of these that some pilots had them in Vietnam, the tunnel snakes had them and things like that. Although it's really hard to breathe through mine, the reason being that the particulate filters inside is totally thick. And apparently that was an issue with these when they were sort of tested in the field. As much as it says for riot control agents only, and it would have worked well for that, because the cheek filters inside are designed to be really compact, they haven't got much surface area. Like that much surface area. So if you times that by 2, but then imagine you're in like absolutely clouds of tear gas, then particulate filters swell very quickly. And once they swell, because it's a cheek filter mask, you can't take them out without taking the mask off. So as I say, I'm sure it's obvious to many people why I prefer canisters, and I think canisters are a better idea. Obviously, masks like the Scott GSR and Avon M50 are kind of a bit like pseudo cheek filter masks because the filters are designed to kind of sit compact on the face, but they, plug in from the outside, which is the way to go. Obviously, the M50 is a good design. The GSR is like the cheapy kind of copy knockoff where the filters end up being far too bulky and heavy. But yeah, this is the MSA XM28 E4 technically, and yeah, it is a good mask for what it is. It's the most interesting cheek filter mask in my opinion because this is kind of what the M17 was originally meant to be like, but it just failed at everything. And you can kind of see why the M17 in some ways is better for military use as it is and also not. So that's my video on all my cheek filter masks. As said, I don't think cheek filter masks are a good design. I know you can argue some points where they are better, like some people say it's good if you're in an armoured vehicle because the filter's not going to catch on things. That's fine, but that's why old tank crewman masks always had the filter on a hose either behind you or in front of you, so it wouldn't get in the way that way. So you can, work around that with conventional things. But again, the main issue I think is the wishful thinking of, because America's so great, America's never going to be bogged down in a chemical weapons scenario where they're going to be exposed to gas for more than 6 hours. Obviously, in an actual big hot war, it's probably not a good idea to hope you can relieve all your troops within a few hours of chemical weapons failure. There you go. That's my summary of cheek filter masks and why I'm not a massive fan of them. Hey and moin, if that's said right, I'm going to do a video on my Scandinavian respirators, because people have been saying, can you do a video on your Finnish respirators or your Swedish respirators in the collection? The issue is that my Swedish collection, my Finnish collection on their own are so small I don't think they really warrant a collection video. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lump all of Scandinavia into together, and I'm going to include that as Denmark, Norway, Sweden and Finland. I don't have any actual Danish or Norwegian gas masks, so this is going to simply just be Sweden and Finland. So let's start off with Sweden, we'll work west to east, and we're going to look first at the Folk gas mask. respirator. I think Type 32 is the official name. So this one's easy to see, 1955, I guess size 3. Now, so basically what this was a cheap civilian respirator Swedes came up with during the Cold War for basically civil defence. They had this style mask before it in World War II where it was very similar to the British one. This one is still very similar to the British civilian respirator. So when you get it, it comes sealed in a bag. If you want to see more about this mask, watch the video I actually did on this very specific mask. But basically it came with some instructions and some anti-fouling paste. But this is the mask itself. Now, obviously do not use the filter of this. The filter made from the 1950s probably has asbestos in. And regardless, due to the age of the filter, the inside is probably worn down quite a lot in terms of dust. So the mask itself is very simple, not the most comfortable of masks. You can see there it says Type 32 Golmaren or something. Golmaren. And it says GP5544 on that side of it. So basically this is a very simple mask. They've done the same thing as the British World War II masks, where the civilian masks at least, where they made the filters with the actual intake valve on the filter itself, not in the mask, and then the mask is literally just taped. So the mask without the filter on is just literally hollow at that end, and then they tape the filters on, which is a cheap way of doing it, I guess. Now I'm going to hold my breath and put it on very briefly for you so you can see it. Obviously, as I said, I'm holding my breath because sometimes I've done this, I've made it very obvious I'm holding my breath, and people are like, oh my god, you put on an asbestos gas mask. You said never to wear asbestos gas masks. Oh yeah, because as said, I'm holding my breath. Right, okay, ready?
Come on, that deserves a screenshot. Truly does.
So that's the mask on. It doesn't actually have an exhale valve, but just inflates around my throat. Let's get that off. So yeah, the mask itself doesn't have an exhale valve. It's very primitive. You inhale through the filter, you breathe out until it balloons up around your face enough that the air gets out. Very primitive and basic. So yeah, it would save your life. So what I assume would be in this filter is your particulate layer at the front, which probably has asbestos in it. If it's not pure asbestos, it will be asbestos woven or something else. Then you have a big canister of charcoal. The charcoal probably goes from that bridge there all the way to the back. Another little particle layer on so the charcoal can't get out. And that would obviously be your main absorption layer. Now, I think they made quite a few variants for this. What is surprisingly good on these is those cheap bits of plastic there, or I assume it's plastic, it's very good, very clear plastic. It surprised me when something so cheap as this, but yeah. These are basically designed as kind of, we need to make masks civilians really cheap. I don't actually think that's even taped on. I think this is, I'm not going to take it on for this video, but I think this is just kind of like this really strong elastic band that holds this all together. Anyway, the point was, make these for civil defence use, never needed as the Cold War never went hot and chemical weapons weren't used. But this is one of those interesting curiosities of, like, you know, the really cheap civilian masks that were made, thankfully not needed, but as a result you can buy them sealed in a tub, you know, with all the contents in there for very cheaply now, and they're great little collector's items, but as I said, don't read through them. Now for one of my favourite respirators in my collection. This is the Forshida F2A4. Now there's two variants of the Forshida F2 as far as I'm aware. There's the normal F2, which has a drinking tube on, and you can put the filter on either side. On this one it just goes on this side, the left cheek. And there's the A4, which is this one, which is the civilian version, where they took off the drinking tube and only had the filter intake on this side. So this is either for civilians or export. Now, one thing I mentioned when I did a video of this, I'll find the date on it. There we go, it says 94 at the bottom there.